Hi everybody, I'm Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and tonight I'm going to show you a classic recipe for how to cook fried chicken. Nice, right? Alright, so first things first, I'm going to season up my little stations. You're going to have a flour station, a milk station, an egg wash station, and a crumb station, okay? So let's talk about this. I'm using plain all-purpose flour. For the flour, I'm going to season it up. Just milk, I'm going to season it up. An egg, I'm going to season it up. And then I have crumbs. You have some options here with crumbs. You can use breadcrumbs, or you can use cracker crumbs or oatmeal or whatever. Tonight I have a mixture of some cracker crumbs, some blue corn chips, and some oatmeal all buzzed up in my processor. And that's going to be pretty tasty. But everything needs to be seasoned first, okay? So we're going to start with some salt. Everywhere. A little bit of salt. I also need to crack my egg and just beat it up a little bit. I'm going to thin it out with a tiny bit of milk, just so I can actually, manipulate it better. Whisk that up. Now tonight I'm doing 4 pieces of chicken. I'm going to do 2 quarters, and I'm going to cut them into drummies and thighs. Salt. Okay, now I'm going to freshly crack some pepper because it's always better that way. Actually, I'm going to grind it up nice and fine so that we can get more flavor onto the chicken and it'll hold there. On my stove top, I have a deep, large frying pan, so it can hold a good amount of oil. I have about between 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch of oil in the bottom. Now season everything with this pepper. Mom always appreciates a little bit of poultry seasoning, yes? A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit, not a lot, just a little flavor. A little bit of ancho chili powder. It tastes like a smoky raisin. It's not really hot and spicy. It just has a nice flavor and some beautiful color, as you can see. So a little bit in each bowl. This will ensure that it actually gets flavored all the way throughout the coating. Next, I am going to get some smoked paprika in here. Now smoked paprika gives so much flavor. It's smoky, it's spicy. One is sweet that I'm using and one is hot. They also have another variety which is bittersweet. And this is from La Chinata. Make sure you check them out online at lachinata.com and check out my reviews on these guys because they're tasty. Now they've got those 3 varieties and premium varieties for each of those as well. So let's open these guys up. Now I'm using the hot smoked paprika for a little bit of spice. The sweet smoked paprika is going to give a lot of flavor. So I'm just going to mix these guys up so that the spices are distributed throughout. Feel free to use whatever else you want in here. I suggest not really using onion and garlic powder because they tend to burn when these are getting fried. So if you do, use them sparingly. Boy, these crumbs look nice, huh, Mom? Look at these with the blue corn chips.
Yep.
Pretty cool. Mom's sort of on the show today. She's off camera today. All right, I have 2 beautiful large chicken quarters, and I'm going to cut them into individual pieces, a thigh and a drumstick. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take the drumstick and you're going to cut between that V between the 2 pieces of meat. Take a nice sharp heavy knife, cut between there till you feel resistance. Then you're going to pop that joint. See that bone come out? And you're going to continue to cut right through that meat. And now you've got a thigh and a drummie. Now repeat on however many pieces of meat you need to have done. Tonight I'm just doing 4 pieces. When you're doing your coating station, you need to have wet, dry, wet, dry. It's going to go milk, flour, egg, then crumbs. Okay? And then you're going to let them sit on a plate until your oil is hot. Mine is just heating. I want to make sure that it's the right temperature because you don't want it to soak in a whole bunch of oil for no reason. You want it to fry in there and it has to be the proper temperature. So let's go. Here's the milk wash. Make sure it's nice and coated. Toss it into the flour mixture. Shake off any excess. Into the egg wash. Make sure it's coated all over. And right into the crumb mixture. Boy, these are going to be pretty. Now, I try to keep one hand in the wet and the other hand is going to help me with the dry. Because you're definitely going to create your own coating on your fingers this way.
That's the way I always start out. Usually by the time I'm done, Everything's the same.
Right? So this is what it looks like all the way coated. Nice. Okay, so rinse and repeat on the rest of them. The exact same thing. That's how you build up a beautiful coating. You would do the same thing with veal parmesan, chicken parm, whatever. Any kind of breading that you're really going all out on.
Even eggplant.
Yes.
Meat on a stick.
Pork chops can be done the same way.
So
These look awesome. Look at that. Lovely. Buttermilk is also a good liquid to use for your milk.
Absolutely. It even starts the cooking process in there.
That's right. Tenderizes that meat, keeps it nice and moist, flavors it.
And I love the flavor of the buttermilk. Really has a nice taste.
Tang. A little bit of tang. Yeah. This is Southern fried chicken. This is how they do it. You can experiment with different crumbs. That's most fun. And use whatever you have or whatever you like. Stale crumbs work amazingly well. Don't worry about stale crackers and things.
Even bread, just plain stale bread.
That's
and
right.
make great breadcrumbs.
That's right. I would say I have about 1.5 cups of crumbs here. What would you say, Mom?
Yes.
Now, I don't like to waste the crumbs because you can't use this for anything else after. So just use what you think you need. Have a little bit extra on hand in case you underestimate it.
Seriously, don't use it because somebody's going to get real sick.
That's right. My hands have a nice coating too.
It's a new manicure. Exfoliation.
I should have just enough crumbs and egg wash. I just used 1 egg. That's all I needed for 4 pieces of chicken. Okay, so now how do you check your oil? One thing you can do is splash a drip of water in there. Be careful you're not standing all close to it. If it sizzles right away, the oil is ready. Or you can take the butt end of a wooden spoon and put it in the oil, and you'll see that little bubbles start forming around it. That means your oil is ready. Now, I have 4 big pieces of chicken to go in here, and this oil is going to dramatically decrease in temperature as that goes in. So make sure it's nice and high when you put it in. These guys are ready to go. We want to get this nice and browned, and then we're going to finish up in the oven to make sure that everything is finished. The worst thing about fried chicken is when it's not cooked through the center and you still have pink meat or blood, and that's just so disappointing. And it can be really tricky because the outside can look so perfect and golden brown and the inside is just not done. So we're going to finish it off at 350 degrees. I'm going to start my oven now to preheat it. Try and have your chicken at room temperature. That's really going to help you out with the cooking time. All right, in the pan. It should sizzle right away. Yep, if you just dip one little bit of it in and it sizzles, you're good to go. Do not overcrowd the pan. Make sure they have their own space. Now give it time to brown without messing with it, okay? At least give it a good 4 minutes before you even start trying to look. You're gonna, when you grab it, grab a bone end so you're not grabbing right in the middle of a piece of chicken and you're pulling off that coating. That coating is precious, tasty, delicious.
It's hard to keep yourself from peeking.
You want to look so bad.
I know.
So you want to make sure that this is sizzling all around the chicken. Now this is exactly what you want. You want to see the bubbles around it and it's frying nicely. I just put it in here. You want to make sure you sit and wait until you start messing with it and before you check the bottom. Okay, it's been about 6 minutes. I'm going to check these guys. It's time to turn them over. So we've just turned it over and this is what these guys look like. The oil is still bubbling nicely. We have a nice browned skin on the drummies. This crust has become nice and crispy. Very, very nice. And be very gentle using the bone ends to turn them. A couple more minutes on this side, maybe 6, and then we're going to finish it in the oven. Okay, I think this fried chicken is ready to go in the oven. Remember, your oven should be preheated to 350 degrees. I have a frying pan that's oven proof, and I'm just going to ever so gently get them from one pan to the other. Now be very careful with this oil. Let it cool completely. You may use this oil if you want to. Again, you need to cool it down altogether, and you need to strain anything that's in there, such as the spices and things of that nature. Now you need to use it relatively quickly, or you need to refrigerate the oil after this so that you can use it again. It does have some of that beautiful chicken fat rendered in there now, so it would be quite tasty if you wanted to use it again tonight for a side dish or tomorrow for something else. Now take a look at these beautiful fried chicken. Doesn't that look awesome? It's nice and crispy, crunchy. I'm so excited. So this is gonna go into the oven. I'm gonna probably let this go for at least another 20 minutes just to make sure that it's all the way cooked through. All right, in it goes. I'm actually gonna lightly cover it with a loose aluminum foil tent. That way it's gonna stay crispy, but it doesn't need to brown anymore. We've just browned it all in the frying pan. So I don't really need it to brown longer in the oven. I just need it to cook through the center. So aluminum foil very loosely on top. These guys are done. They look amazing. Let me show them to you. That's how you do it. These guys look beautiful. That's how you cook southern fried chicken. Fantastic. You can bring it to the table family style. Serve it that way. You know, I can't wait to taste this. Now, anybody seeing some fried chicken like this on the table is surely gonna grab it. All right, let's serve this up. I'm grabbing myself a drummy. Now that's a beautiful plate. We have our green salad with kiwi and roasted cauliflower and a lime cilantro vinaigrette. We have some rice on the side and this beautiful fried chicken. Let's try this. Skin is crispy, I can hear it. Oh, it's hot. The chicken is so tender. Boy, that is good. That chicken is perfectly done. So tender. The skin is so crispy and so flavorful. It's nice and spicy. It's a little bit smoky from the smoked paprika. That little bit of savoriness from the poultry seasoning goes a long way too. Those blue corn chips, they give a little bit of a corn flavor. I love that. It's a very southern kind of thing. Man, oh, that's a good chicken. Finger licking good. Now I'm going to serve this up to my family before it gets cold. I want it to stay nice and crispy and hot. Everything's ready to go. So that's how you do it. That's how you cook southern fried chicken. Make sure that you experiment. You can experiment with different crumbs. You can experiment just like that and with different parts. You can do this on any part of the animal. You can do it with the wings. You can do it with the breast. You can do it with bone out, like the skinless thighs and the skinless breasts. Sky's the limit. You can do it too. Make sure that you have the proper stations going on. You're going to start it with the milk, then the flour, then the egg wash, then the breadcrumbs. You're going to be good to go, okay? You guys can do it too. Follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim, E with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly, youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly, and you can find me on Roku. Come to my website at cookingwithkimberly.com. Come subscribe, interact with me, let me know what's going down in your culinary world. This show is brought to you by BAM Niagara Boxing Club. Don't hate, get in shape. Make sure you register for classes at bamniagara.ca. I said that's all. Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.